So in this video, we are going to take a look at Microsoft Stream. It's part of your Office 365 subscription. And I can see Stream here on my apps. If you don't see it, you'll hit All Apps, and you'll see Stream on your list here. What Stream is it's basically Microsoft's version of YouTube, but it's limited to those within our district, and therefore it's going to provide you more control and privacy with your videos. And you can choose whether to share a video with anybody in the district, with a certain group of people, or even just one individual from within Stream. So it gives you a little more control than what you would see in other places. The other nice thing about Microsoft Stream is you're getting rid of all the advertisements and the other strange kooky videos that show up in YouTube typically when you pause or end a video. So here we are in Microsoft Stream. This is what they call the home page. And up across the top, you're going to see some buttons here. So we have Home, Discover, My Content, Create, and Search. You're going to see some videos kind of pop up here in this feed of what people have added that are open for you to see. There are some little tutorial pieces down below here. And then you see kind of like trending videos, popular channels people have made, things down below. But I would say most of the time you are going to work across these tabs on the top. So Discover Mode, this is going to allow you to discover what's already there. So whether that is videos that are open to the whole district, channels, which would be basically groupings of videos that somebody has created, probably on a similar topic. So maybe it's all first grade math videos or chemistry videos. It just depends. Okay. One down from that is people. So what if certain people posted that they've shared openly, and then groups. What are certain groups doing? Over from that, you have My Content. So these are all things that you've already created. So videos that we've created, groups that I've created to share things with, channels that I have created. Here's one with meetings. If you've been using Microsoft Teams and you've been recording those video meetings, this is where they show up to be found. Watch list, follow channels. These are kind of like your favorites. So these are videos maybe you want to come back and watch later, or channels that you particularly like. Maybe you find stuff interesting on that channel over time. And then you have your recycle bin. So if you've deleted something, you need to come back to it, it's there. So if I go to a video, and I'm going to go to one that I made quite some time ago. Your video pulls up, and down below you have the option to share. So this would be, you could share it to, this one's shared with the whole district. So it's basically open. You could email it to certain people, but then you could also pull that embed code. So if your students are signing in with their Office 365 account into Schoology, you could take this, copy it, paste it into Schoology, and then they could watch it from there. People would be people that are recognized in this video. Certain people may be talking at different times for like an interview, things like that. Down at the bottom, you could add this to that watch list. You could like it. You have some options as a creator to do some more things. So you could update those video details. You could trim and shorten the video on either end there, even replace it. And then you also have the view settings. So you could say, show the transcript, hide the transcript, theater mode so it's wider. And on this, one of the nice things when you make a video or upload a video to Microsoft Stream, you can tell it to automatically create a transcript for you, so you don't have to type this out. Now, I will say sometimes it makes a few errors, but the nice thing is you can even correct the errors. So I'm going to turn the volume all the way down on this video, just so you guys can kind of see that as this is going through. Oops, let me turn on my auto scroll here. So as this video is playing, it is going to scroll through the different pieces as I'm talking. So if you have students who need this transcript while they're going through the steps, you're going to see that as well. You can also have the captions show up on the screen just by using the little button here as well. So that's kind of the nice part about a video. Now that we've looked at the My Content and kind of thinking about what you could find here, I'm going to go over to the Create tab. And from this, we have the option to upload a video. We can do a live event, which if you think about a YouTube streamer or maybe like a Facebook live event, that's the type of event you're going to create here. You can create a group of people. So if you're going to share videos with your class, you might create a group with those students in it all the time and then just share the videos with those classes and not maybe the whole district. That's up to you. And you could also make a channel to store all your videos in as well. So I'm going to start on upload video here. And once I'm here, I can either drag the files that I have on, or I could go browse and upload. So I'm just going to pull a video I had done from earlier. It's going to pull in the name, it's whatever the file name is, but you could go ahead and edit that if you wanted to. You can have any description that you want. You could set the video language. Depending on what language you pick here, that's going to help it do a caption file if you decide to add captions. The permissions tab is basically going to be your sharing option. So right now I have a check mark to allow everyone in my company to view this. So everybody with a USD475.org email is going to be able to see this video. I could say share with certain groups. So I could uncheck that. And I could say I'm just going to share it with my groups. I could even pick channels that I'm just going to post it to and people with access to that channel could see it. Or I could do certain people. I'm going to go ahead and check mark this back to everybody. But below permissions, we also have options. And so here on options, people. So if people are popping up, I could go ahead and mark like an interview, who's talking at what time. I don't have anybody else talking in that video, so I'm just going to turn that off. Comments, if I want comments on my video, I could leave that on. And then here's that captions part. And I can say auto generate, so I don't have to type out the majority of those captions. And then I can just go ahead and hit publish. And you'll see kind of this little pink bar up here. This is actually the loading bar. So you can see it's just short a little bit and it's going to complete pretty soon. Now it says published. If I click on the title here, it's going to take me straight to that video. Similar to what we saw before, we have all the settings here. Here's I can go ahead and hit show that transcript. It's going to tell me, check back in a little bit, and they'll be ready to go. It probably takes between 5-10 minutes, maybe at most, to get that transcript made. It might take longer if your video is obviously longer in length, but there's some options there. You also have this interactivity part where you could add a form to your video. So maybe if you want to do a poll or a survey during your form, you have some questions that you want to ask, you could do that as well here. It's a built-in with like the Microsoft Forms. So besides uploading a video, we have the option to do a live event. And here's where I can give this live event a name. What do I want kind of like a thumbnail or a background to be? Times to start. Permissions, so once again, who can watch or join me for this live video? And then similar options to what we've seen in just uploading a video, but people, comments, captions, it's going to try to like make those captions here. It wants me to pick a date. Kind of skipped through that earlier. But once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And so now I could go ahead and start that live event. My other option that I can do here is I can create a group. And so this is going to be a group of people that at times I may want to share videos with. I could make this a private group or a public group. If you make it a public group, realize that other people can see your group and they can see who's in that group. So if it's maybe a class, you might do a private group, and then you could just start adding in members. And you could choose kind of what rights you give them to the channel as well. So I could make Laura an owner. Allow all members to contribute. So can others add videos to the channel? You could say yes or no. And then you can hit create. I would say probably with students, depending on what you're doing. If you're making videos more for them to look back on, you would say this is probably going to be off. If you're trying to create a video channel that they can add their own videos to, then you would want to leave that on. So if they're making like student tutorials or something, you might leave that on. But the next thing you're going to do is just go ahead and hit create. And then you have your group. And from within your group, you can have all your videos. You can have different channels. So like I said, channels are kind of like different topics. So maybe if this were a classroom list, I might have math tutorial videos. I might have reading tutorials, just different subjects like that. So, but channels let you go kind of by topic. And then I also have that membership where I can always come in here and add members, remove members, etc. So, and then the last thing on this list that we could create is that channel. So I can go channel name. I've got quite a few videos I could do with channels. And I could say that this channel is going to be just for a group. And I could select my instructional tech group that I just made. Or I could say that this is a company-wide channel, which would make it open for anybody. And I could add an image there if I wanted to. Once I'm done, I just hit create. And then here I can start just adding those files or those videos in. So this is just kind of a quick overview of Microsoft Stream. Remember, you have that option to share those with certain people. So if you are working with a class, I would suggest making a group that has your students in there. Otherwise, I would say that you could type in the names individually that you want to share with, or if it's open to anybody in the district, you just leave that defaulted button checked to share with anyone. But it does give you a lot of control and options that you wouldn't see otherwise.